be effective because Clark is against explosive long limb guys. They'll take advantage of him.
Yeah, they will, but in the right matchup, he's effective. He can help. He makes 35% of his threes, has done that for the last 2 years, and I think he gives you some toughness and rebounding as well. I like him as a second unit player.
Brooklyn leading by 3. Here's Sloan. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Passes to Karasov. And it's off from three-point range. The second chance effort. The shot will not go. And the Celtics going the other way now. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Well, you know, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, guys, and they have nobody to blame but themselves for that. You've got to do a better job of working harder to put up points.
Here is Thomas. After the basket by Brooklyn. Boston, no good that time either.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
To the paint, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
And a moment here to look at the numbers for Thomas. 10th in steals, 16th in assists. And he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And talk about highway robbery. I mean, jumping the passing lanes, snatching away your dribble. He'll take it from you.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
Johnson from outside. And yes, sir, that one drops. And now it's an 8-point Brooklyn lead.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Now here's Thomas. Defense right on him. He dishes it to Crowder. Lee, a screen on Johnson. Shot clock at 5. It's stolen by Johnson. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Out left to the wing. Karasov passes to Young. Johnson in the corner. No one near him. Let's keep it alive. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on David Lee.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
The Nets have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
And 72% on the year. I'm sure they'd like to improve that category.
And this year they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
Bargnani is checked in for Joe Johnson. And then for Boston. Sullinger comes in for Lee. And Turner subbed in for Isaiah Thomas.
And last year, the Nets would end right in the middle of the pack in that Atlantic division. Many thought they could try and win it outright, but that slow start to the year didn't make that much of a possibility.
There's the screen. They need this. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Sullinger, the screen. Sullinger, a screen on Young. Crowder kicks to Sullinger. Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Stolen by Bargnani. And oh, here we go. Young's got it. The fast break chance. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
And the Nets making a change here. McCullough's checked in. Tyler Zeller's checked in for the Celtics. Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a win against the Celtics in Boston.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
Just 5 to shoot. Picked by Zeller. Here's Crowder. Rejected by Bargnani.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it. And that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
Here's Turner following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. The feed to Crowder. Picked by Zeller. The pass to Turner. Tries to snap the cold streak. Boston, no good that time either.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now.
Now, here is Bargnani. This is the most they've led by 13 points.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose, the D hasn't been able to keep up.
And Turner kicks to Crowder. Here's the screen. Smart wide open, he fires. Sinks the triple. Smart's got 7 points.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And Turner kicks to Sullinger. Here's Crowder. Rebound, Brooklyn. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Greg, we know how important it is when you can go to your reserves without much drop-off in production. Gives you a big advantage. I know they'd love to see that again tonight.
Let's take a moment to see the squads that have been the most dominant on the glass this season. The Nets second.
You know, all season long, this has been one of the better rebounding teams in the league. And when you rebound the ball well, you limit your opponent's second shot opportunity, and you also give yourself some additional scoring opportunities by climbing that glass.
The Boston Celtics figured to be near the bottom of the league last year. In many ways, they outperformed a lot of people's expectations.
And by no means were they a contender at any point, but they very well could be ahead of themselves in terms of the rebuilding process.
Larkin dishes to Robinson. Pass to McCullough. The tray. Zeller grabs the board. Celtics trail by 10. Turner passes to Zeller. He feeds it to Crowder. Picked by Zeller. Here's Jerebko. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Jerebko's got his first basket of the night.
And with the Celtics being a surprise threat near the end of last season, even their losses were close games.
Now here's Brown. The dish now to Robinson. Takes the three. And the Nets miss again.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
To back up your point about the Celtics being in close games, I mean, their point differential on the year was less than where you would expect it to be for a team that made the playoffs. I mean, it really gives you an idea of how many close games they played.
Reedy's checked in for the Nets. Amir Johnson's checked in for the Celtics. To the inside, here's Robinson. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that. And listen, the Nets had an up and down year on offense last season, but the one thing they always did was finish their drives. Very good at getting things to drop off the bounce. That was a strength last season.
Celtics trail by 10. And Turner kicks to Johnson. Johnson sets the screen for Turner. Pass to Sullinger. Dishes to Crowder.
Looking at the game for Crowder, he has 8 points, and he's been delivering a healthy dose of helpers, too.
He really has, Clark. Always with his head up, looking to make the pass, trying to find the open man.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Nets?
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Here's Larkin. Reed a screen. Larkin dishes to Reed, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risks to see if they can cut that lead down.
Nets leading by 11. Down low, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Turner. Averaging 9 points per game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
Yeah, great hustle, does all the little things. Just a good complimentary guy to have on your team.
Now here's Turner. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Sullinger a screen on Brown. Crowder the pass to Sullinger. No good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. They'll be off to Oklahoma City for a meeting with the Thunder after this one, and that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Now here's Crowder. He's got 9. And then Johnson with the jam.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
So for the Nets, Lopez comes in for Bargnani. And it's Johnson in for Reed. And then for Boston, Olynyk comes in for Sullinger. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Jerebko. It was a tough battle down the stretch, but the Celtics were able to get back into the playoffs last year.
And kind of just hovering around all season, but give them credit. They fought their way in and spent only 1 year out of the postseason in their rebuild.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Johnson outside. Turner with the steal. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Crowder.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
And even 3-on-3 break. Poked away.
They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Yeah, I don't think they have to rush, though, Greg. Just need to find a good shot this time.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Sergei Karasov's checked in for Brooklyn. And the Celtics also making a change. Lee's checked in. And so it's Brooklyn with it. 10-point lead. Shot clock at 6. Here's Johnson. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Feeds it to Olynyk. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
This trip is his 2nd to the free throw line in this one. Larkin. And that's not going to go. And that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. Nets lead by 7. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the 4th quarter. And the final period of play just about to start.